Okay, on the next slide. Okay, next slide is about educational topic on multiple expansion. Okay. See, let me see, how come so many WhatsApp? Okay. So Richard asks on AMD, the company give company outlook. Will the analysts review their view on AMD now with the company report? Yes. So that's why I mentioned that all analysts and all investors do read the financial reports of all companies, including the guidance. So the stock market will move according to the expectation, right? So if the guidance or the report is above expectation, the market, the stock goes up, and the reverse is true, it goes down. Okay, let's talk about multiple expansions, right? This one is a bit mathematical, but please bear with me. Okay.
For everybody, there are multiple expansions.
Sorry?
For every one of us.
Yes. Don't worry, it's I think the chicken pie and curry puff is still available. Too near you, MTC here. Okay, so basically, you know, like a multiple is a price divided by a matrix, right? The matrix can be earnings, free cash flow, operating cash flow, etc., etc. So it's basically a multiple is just a ratio between the price of a stock divided by something lah, a measurement of how well a company is lah. It can be typically is like earnings, like net income. So an example is like P ratio, very common. I think you hear before. P ratio is just a price divided by earnings. So if price divided earning is very low, sometimes we say, oh, the stock is very cheap, and vice versa. P is very high, stock very expensive, don't buy. Okay, so I'll give you an example of P lah. But the E can be other things, right? Free cash flow or earnings before interest, tax, or amortization. So let's look at PE, right? So PE is basically price divided by earnings, and the price itself can be explained by two factors. One has to do with changes in earnings. Assume the PE ratio don't change, so when earnings change, price will change. Okay, so the stock will change because of that. But if the PE ratio change, right, the price also will change. Even the earnings don't move. So price is really influenced by two factors: earnings and the price multiple. Now, earnings is the performance of the company, right? The CEO worked very hard and he announced the result. Our company makes $1 billion. So this is his report card. But price multiple is not the report card. Price multiple is determined by the stock market, not by the company. You must differentiate. Therefore, earnings, right? In this case, PE, earnings, right, represents the true fundamental performance of the company. PE has to do with the mood and the sentiment, expectations of the stock market. Nothing to do with the company. Okay, remember that. Now, give you an example. Let's say earnings of the company increased by 10%. Price multiple increased by 20%. Therefore, the price of the stock is going to increase by 32%. Okay, because it's influenced by the earnings. Also, the multiple also change. Okay, so because of this, the multiple, the price stock market goes up by 32%. But if you ask me, okay, so when you look at this, 32% up, very nice, right? But then if you look at the breakdown, you find that actually out of this 32%, only 10% is explained by the fundamentals of the company. The other one is 20% is because the market feel happy. So that will mean that when you say that, that means that the stock price has moved ahead of the fundamentals. Okay, so sometimes the newscaster will say that the stock price has moved ahead of the fundamentals, which is not a good thing. Okay, it's not a good thing, okay? Because if it move ahead means that it may fall. Okay, the stock price may fall. Okay, it may fall. Okay, so when the multiple increases, it's called multiple expansion. In the multiple decreases, it's called contraction. So as an investor, you'll be concerned if the price appreciation is mostly due to multiple expansion. Okay. But then if the multiple contract on a long-term basis, you also be concerned because it could be due to a systemic risk. Like Singapore market is now having a systemic risk right now, right? You're aware of that, right? So your money is not in US, Singapore stock because of this, right? We are having a systemic issue in Singapore for US Singapore stock market where the price multiple keep on contracting on a very long-term basis, more than 10 years already. So it has nothing to do with the company, it has to do with the country, right? This region. So that's why you're out, you're not in the Singapore market. Typo ends when will end about 11:30. Okay, assuming no question. So let's look at Alibaba, right? Okay, so the yellow color means net income of the Alibaba every year, and then the dotted line represents the price multiple using price to free cash flow. So this is a 10 years track record. But if you look at Alibaba, the free cash flow, that means the fundamental, increased by 17% per annum. But the multiple dropped by 70% per annum also. So what does this tell you is that, okay, the fundamental wise, the company is good, it's solid. But the price multiple keeps dropping. So you can interpret in two ways. One is that Alibaba is very cheap now. Okay, because the price multiple is so low. Right? If price multiple goes up to the average, right, you make money. Okay, in addition to the increase in earnings. But it also means that since it's 10 years, right, maybe there's something wrong. Yeah, there is lah. Chinese government okay, there's something wrong because it's China, right? So that's why the price multiple has been dropping by an average of 70%. So that's how you use this logic. Let's look at Apple, right? Apple net income has gone by nearly 8% per annum, but the price multiple has also gone up by nearly 7.6% per annum. Okay. So what this tells you is that the price appreciation of Apple is driven by two. One is by the earnings, the other one is by price multiple. And if the price multiple continue to go up so much, right, that means it's potentially overvalued. So that's why Apple, for most of your portfolio, is undervalued now because of this reason. Okay. Okay, I use a REITs as another example. So REITs, okay, let's look at REITs, right? So this REITs, right, I use price free cash flow as the matrix, and the free cash flow, right, has been flat, just 1% per annum for a few years already. But the price multiple has increased by 7.5% per annum. So for those who are invested in REITs, right, that means it's getting more and more expensive. Okay, so it can even apply in REITs can also. Yeah. So next time when I say in my recommendation, I say that the price multiple has expanded significantly, to understand okay, you understand my jargon okay, that's why you know, or the price multiple decreased for so much, now it's potentially at potentially undervalued. Okay. So let's look at another example. This will be the final example. Is Intuitive Surgical. So Intuitive Surgical, I've been buying and selling over this period. But let's look at this 2020 June and December 2021 buy sell. Okay, these two transactions. Okay, so as on 2020, okay, this is 2020 here. The years before 2020, right? The price multiple of Intuitive Surgical has been relatively flat. Look at this bottom here. Okay, you can see it's 1.5%. Okay, PE ratio has been 1.5. So the price multiple has hardly expanded, but the earnings has increased by 25% per annum. So which is quite a big amount. So among other reasons, right, not just this, but many other reasons, I recommended to buy Intuitive Surgical in June 2020. Okay, some of you have bought it. Some of you have bought it if during that period. Okay, then moving forward, right, 2020 June to December 2021. Okay, this is what the result is. The price multiple increased by 40% per annum. Okay. Although the earnings also went up by quite a lot, 30%. So it became very expensive. So this is one of the reasons why I suggested you guys to sell. Okay. So in terms of chart, this is what happened. You bought here, you sold here, and you make 66%. Can remember or not? I think Tuan Leng, you that time buy already. Is it? Can't remember. All source. all source. Okay, never mind. So this is how the chart look like, and after that, true enough, the multiple contracted, those earnings continue to do well, but the multiple contracted, so the stock price fall, had a free fall. Okay, so that's how you use this.